Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your closest parasocial friend, and Rocco, who is your, I can only assume, parasocial hero. And Fawcett and Coupon are over there. But what are they to you? That's for you to decide, I guess. Anyways, I'm literally so glad to be back. It feels like I've been gone for 8 years. Does it look weird that I put my ears in the headband? Cause it looks really crazy with them out. I love my ears. Okay, anyways. I wanted to make this video without Fawcett doing anything crazy, and that was a pipe dream. There's cat hair all over my face every day of my life. But anyways, I wanted to make this video because I know that the holidays can just be not very fun and chill. And sometimes people don't have anyone to celebrate with. Sometimes people don't have anyone they like to celebrate with. Sometimes people get sucked into going to their family thing because they think it's going to be fun, and then when they get home they just feel deeply sad because they spent the entire night being criticized or fighting off weird comments from people you don't really like. So I wanted to create like a little space where we could escape that. I know what it feels like to be driven completely mad by Coupon. I really hope you can't hear her, but that is a pipe dream. But I know what it feels like to spend the holidays alone. And sometimes it's very sad. Not because I don't have a family, I do have a family, but because I fall into the category of going to the holidays with your family and then coming home and feeling like horrible about yourself because they were so mean. So sometimes I just don't go. Am I going to go to Thanksgiving this year? I don't know. I don't want to. Anyways, I thought we could just hang out in this space together. I have stories to tell you, and I just want to be calm. Well, I mean, there will always be chaos. That's your pipe dream if you want to avoid that, you know? Can I show you something? Well, actually, I have so much stuff, but I bought this for Halloween, and then I forgot about it. I bought these for Halloween videos, and I forgot about it. It's like this little rat guy. What is that? He has like little rat intestines. I don't know, but he does this. I love this. Okay, I don't know if that's his like little face gets sucked in. And I love that. Rocco? No, he's not coming around. Rocco is 18 now. Yeah, he is. Thank you for asking. Before I brought up the rat, I really felt like I had something to say, but you and me, look at me. We both know it'll come to me in roughly 10 to 15 minutes. But I thought in terms of like ASMR, we could just do scratches, sponges. I also got my witch fingers back out. I loved those stupid witch fingers. I should buy like press on nails or something. But when things get stuck to me, I don't like the way it feels. And I could probably elaborate more on that, but I won't. So I'm going to witch finger scratch you first. There were 1 million ways to phrase that better, and I found none of them. Ooh. Can I tell you what happened to me while I was taking my break from the internet to cure my various mental illnesses? Hold on to your freaking horses. So I live in Kansas City. That's important, right? And the Chiefs are a really big deal here. Just keep that in the back of your mind while I tell this story. Oh, I forgot they gave you 10 in this one. I forgot I could have it on my thumbs too. So I go to my psychiatrist and I'm like, things aren't great. And she's like, okay, we'll change your meds. So she calls it in to a grocery store that I don't always go to. I don't really like it that much. But their prescriptions are cheap there. Everything's really cheap there, including cigarettes. I don't smoke anymore, but if I did, I'd go there. So I'm like standing in line for my new prescription at this grocery store. And I feel like a presence behind me. So I like turn around, I look over my shoulder, and there's a man walking towards me. Well, walking towards my general direction, I would say. And he's wearing what I could really only describe as like sunglasses that dads wear to the lake. And I have never understood lake dad culture. I want that on the record. And lake culture is really big around here because of the Lake of the Ozarks. If you're like wealthy in this area, you have a house at the Lake of the Ozarks. That's like a symbol of wealth, at least in my mind. You know what I also thought was a symbol of wealth until like 3 years ago? I thought only wealthy people had garbage disposals. I only learned recently that that came in like some middle class homes. I've never had a garbage disposal. No, is that what it's called when it's in the sink? Why do I feel like I said that wrong? Anyways, it was a Thursday morning, a suburban grocery store, right? So wearing sunglasses inside, it's already weird, right? But that's not what made me look twice at this man. What made me look twice at this man, I like this sound, was the way he was walking. It was like, it was absurd. It was so overconfident and like so arrogant. Lions do not even walk like that. And you know what? I bet there is a time and place for a walk like that. Drag Race comes to mind. Do I think a suburban grocery store on a weekday morning was the time and place to walk like that? No. No, I don't. But I like turn back around because I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. But I say that a lot when I see men acting strange in public. I go, oh, that's so interesting. And then I go back to whatever I'm doing. So I'm like waiting in line for my prescription. And they're like, it's going to be a while. So I sit down and I'm playing on my phone for a couple minutes. Can you hear faucet in the other room? And this man walks by me again, right? And he walked right back to the meat department and he got several things wrapped in like white butcher paper, and then he like walked right back out. That doesn't matter to the story. I just wanted you to have that detail. And I'm looking at him again as he's walking by and I'm like, I know him. Like he's so familiar to me. But at first I was like, Kansas City isn't this big, and also the suburb I live in is much smaller, you know? So I'm like, maybe I've just seen him in this grocery store before. So I'm like thinking about it as I get my prescription and I pay and I walk back out to my car. And as I sit in the driver's seat, I love these things. It clicks, right? And I'm like, I knew who that was. And so I call my brother. I'm always calling my brother, even though there's a 3-hour time difference. So it's always early when I call him. I said, you're never going to believe what just happened to me. And he said, my brother has known me since 1996, okay? I was here for a year before he was, so I got here in 1995, but then we met in 1996 when he kind of arrived on Earth. So he knows me really well, right? And he said, let me guess. You were in the grocery store. I think he was able to guess that right because I don't go out in public a lot. So the only time I really go out in public is the grocery store. And a man said something rude to you, and now you're calling me to complain about it. And I said, no. I was in the grocery store and I saw Patrick Mahomes. And obviously my brother was like, no, you didn't. But like a few months ago, I can't remember when this was. There was a blue jay who built a nest like around my front porch. And I told my brother that, and he said a blue jay did not do that. So I took a picture and he goes, oh my God, a blue jay did that. So I almost wish that I had taken a picture so that my brother would believe me, but whatever. I thought that was crazy. I don't know why I like thought that people like that didn't go to the grocery store. I don't know. And you know what? I'm telling you, I really honestly don't know if I would have recognized him. But the way, like, he was walking like king of the world through, and I'm going to say this one more time, a suburban grocery store on a weekday morning. Anyways. Okay, I'm ready to take these off, and that's okay with you. Put them back in their little baggie. What else happened to me while I was on my, it's gotta be a better way to do this. While I was on my internet break. That's such a good question. Thank you for asking me. Someone asked me on a date to my face, which I didn't know that people were doing. But anyways, I went to this restaurant by my house, and they have 6 menu items. 4 of them are cheeseburgers, 2 of them are hot dogs. It's one of my favorite restaurants of all time. I sound like Ron Swanson, but whatever. I ordered a double cheeseburger combo meal, and I got root beer with it. And I like sat down, and I was wearing that blue hat that I have. I don't know if you guys have seen it, and it has Frosted and Coupon embroidered on it, like their faces, not their names or whatever. And he came over, and his opening line was, "Hey, ma'am, I really like that hat." And I was like, that's such a good point. This hat rules. I was thinking about plucking your negativity, but I don't know where to flick it. Coupon's over there on the floor. I'll just flick it at her. Bing. Bing. So anyways, he like, whatever, we had like a little conversation, and then he said, like, I would like to take you out for a drink or something to that effect. And I don't drink, and I also was not interested. So I just said, no, thank you, I'm not interested, which is a very dangerous game to play. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes men, bing, are crazy, but he was actually so nice. He was like, totally understand. It was nice talking to you. And then we shook hands, and he like held onto my hand for too long, but I was like, you know what? I'm about to get my cheeseburger and bounce, so it's fine. But it made me think about, I don't know how to explain how my brain got from there to wanting to get on Bumble, because that, like, I wasn't interested, but I was like, wait, maybe I want to find someone I'm interested in. Hold on, like all of my stories, this is going to go somewhere, but at first it's going to be like, and then get to the point. So I saw this lady on TikTok, and she was doing like hand spirals. I don't know. You'll have to tell me if you like this. Oh, but anyways, I made a Bumble profile. And you know, on Bumble, you can click the like, I'm interested in everyone, and it'll show you men, women, and non-binary people. That's what I did. But for some reason, and scientists need to study this, Bumble has only shown me men. And I don't know if you've been on Bumble recently, but they do speed dating. And it's basically like, I can't remember what it is. I think it's 3 minutes. So it happens on, I did it on a Thursday night. I believe it happens on Tuesday and Sundays as well. So it's like at 7 p.m. and you join and it matches you with someone random and it doesn't show you their name or photo. You just have 3 minutes to chat. And then at the end, it shows you one tiny little picture of them and their name. And you can say yes. And then at the end of speed dating, I think it ends at 8. If they also said yes to you, you'll like match and you can continue your conversation. Which is actually a good idea. I don't know. I love Bumble, whoever thought of that. But one thing about me, if there's an opportunity to be funny and talk about my cats on a new medium, I'm there. I'll do it. I don't care. You're like, don't you get enough of that? Having a large platform on TikTok, medium-sized platform on Instagram, and a small platform on YouTube? No, I don't. But thanks for asking. So anyways, my game plan. I'm like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to talk about what I know, which is famous internet pets, right? So that was my question. Because you can't get in there. If you have 3 minutes to talk to someone, you can't get in there and be like, how was your day? You know? So I needed to get to the crux of the matter. Anyways, I want to read you these messages. Some of them, and we know that I do not think men are funny, some of these made me laugh. Oh, but why I told you about Bumble's only been matching me with men. For some reason, the only people it matched me with on speed dating were men. Hi. Do you have a favorite famous internet animal? And I'll put the conversation right here. That was my question going in. I asked that in every single conversation. That was my game plan that I told you about. That's very specific. I don't think I do. Do you? Yes, I do. I really liked Noodle the Pug, R.I.P., and Potroast the cat. Did he die? They both did. Bad year for internet pets. Sounds like it. And then when I got to see his face, he was old. He was 45, and I was like, you know what? That makes honest to God sense. This one isn't that interesting. I asked if they had a famous internet animal, and he said keyboard cat. It's so hard to age yourself that much when someone can't see your name or face, but he managed it. That one's not funny. Hold on. This one, oh my God, I laughed so hard at this one. Have you figured out the magic of how to work this chat? I said, hi, yes, and I see your message, so I think you might have too. LOL. I love to capitalize LOL like an old person. That's just what I like to do. Do you have a favorite famous internet animal? I really hope you can't hear Fawcett being herself back there. She's driving me nuts. Harambe is the first to come to mind, but the kangaroo that gets punched is a close second. How about you? How am I supposed to follow that up? Because that's God tier response. I haven't thought about Harambe. Whatever. I said that. I said, oh my God, I haven't thought about Harambe in so long. Mine is Potroast the cat. He said, oh, that's a good one. I said, he didn't get to reply to this because I ran out of time. I said, she also died, but not like Harambe. More than one of them, I did this for the full hour, so I have so many screenshots, but some of them just weren't funny. I'm only going to read you the funny one. Hi, what are your hobbies? Hi, I like to read mostly. Do you have a favorite famous internet animal? Like Grumpy Cat, for example. I gave an example because a lot of these people were like, what is a famous internet animal? Maybe they don't know my tone and my, the cadence of my sentences, so it doesn't make sense virtually. I don't know. What kind of books do you read? I don't have an internet animal. I have a real dog. What kind of internet animal do you have? I had Potroast the cat for a while. And then it expired. That might have been my favorite. I don't have an internet animal. I have a real dog. Anyways, wait, there was one more I wanted to show you. Oh. Do you have a favorite famous internet animal? What's an internet animal? An animal that is famous on the internet. Like Grumpy Cat or Noodle the Pug. Oh, Okay, I saw an awesome video of a gopher screaming and I loved it, so I'm gonna go with him. What about you? I said, I love a screaming gopher, but I'm gonna have to go with Pot Roast the cat. You know what that reminded me of? When I quit my engineering job, I'll do a little sponge action. We went, like, for this outing, it was so stupid. And it was just me and like a bunch of older men because I was an electrical engineer. The only people who do that are older men and me. Or I guess I used to do that. But this is our favorite sound. We love this. I'm trying to make it loud for you. Okay, hold on, wait. I need to finish the story or else I'll forget it. I'll forget where it's going. I already kind of forgot. Oh, and we went out to lunch and I was talking about how I was going to quit my job and make cat videos. This one guy literally, he made this face and he was like slowly leaning forward and I was like, I'm right to quit this job. But anyways, this one guy was like, I saw a video of a cat that like they did like a layer of cups and then the cat jumped over it and then they did 2 layers of cups and then the cat jumped over it and he like explained the whole thing. I'm sure you've seen a video like that. He said, did you do that one? I said, yes, I did that one, because I didn't know what he meant by that, you know, and I was not going to ask follow-up questions. Anyways, I wish I could scrub the loneliness out of your brain. I would do it for you if I could. Actually, I'm doing it right now. Yeah, I feel like I had more stories to tell you. They'll come to me in 10 to 15 minutes like usual. Faucet? Faucet? Would you like to come up here? Faucet this winter is February the spring or the winter? On Faucet 25th, on February 25th, Faucet's going to be 2 years old. You've never heard anything crazier in your life. And on February 16th, Pot Roast will have been gone for 2 years, which is so unhinged. Suis, come here. Don't. Have I told you she learned how to jump up on the kitchen counters? It's a nightmare. The holidays can feel so lonely. I don't know what made my brain jump back to that, but you're not alone in this moment, you know? I'm a lonely person. I think I am lonely. Every time I tell my psychiatrist that, she's like, well, stop isolating yourself. And I'm like, is there another way to not feel lonely? Because I'm not going to do that. Faucet's about to knock over my apple cider. Please don't. Does this sound good to you? It smells so good. When I was a little girl in the fall, my mom used to make cinnamon apples, and she would do like a slow, sort of like a simmer pot on the stove, but she would do Faucet. Whatever disease causes her brain to create trouble at all costs. Maybe that's called youth. I don't know. It's getting worse. Suis, come here. You did not have to take that with you. Okay, where was I? Oh, my mom's simmer pot. She put like sliced up apples and cinnamon red hots and water, I think. And then as it slowly simmered, the apples became cinnamon red hot flavored. And it was so good, and it would make the house smell so good. Yeah. My mom is not a good cook, but I have a lot of memories of holiday food that I enjoy. And that almost makes me sadder. I love being a cat parent. I love it, and I'm never annoyed by them. Every moment of every day is perfect. Thank you for asking. What's it? I've recently got now all of her like automatic toys because she's really going through it. I don't know. If she doesn't have like 3 automatic toys on at once, she's gonna destroy something, which I love, you know, and celebrate and lift up. But also I don't. If you do decide to go to Thanksgiving, I saw this woman on TikTok talk about how a good thing to do when one of your relatives says something that makes you go, what in the heck? You can say, what a strange thing to say out loud. Or what a strange thing to say to me. Because then they don't really know what to say to that. I have that in the back of my mind because I'll have to use it. I know I will. I know that I will. She also does like a tunnel. I don't know. Faucet's watching me like, what is happening? I'm not leaving. I just wanted to do that right now instead of the end of the video. Anyways. Bing. Bing. I think I want to do Bumble speed dating again. But I need to go in with like a different question. You know what I mean? But it obviously has to involve cats. When I used to date, like the last time I went on an honest to God date was 2019, I think, but I would always find a way to bring up pot roast dental issues because that was the most money I've ever spent. I literally had to open a credit card to take care of her dental issues. So I wanted to talk about it, you know? Like when a man makes a big purchase and it's like a boat or something, he never shuts up about that boat. So I never shut up about her teeth. I love her teeth. I still have the 4 canines. And they're just in a pill bottle in the closet because I don't know what to do with them. I don't ever wear jewelry, but I do think they would be cool as like jewelry, you know? The holidays bring up really complicated feelings in me. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier about I have good food memories. Because people who hurt you deeply aren't always, sometimes you'll have good memories with them. You know what I mean? And the holidays remind me of how complex and complicated those relationships are. I'm not trying to bum you out. I'm just trying to tell you, if you have similar feelings, you're not alone, my dude. You are not alone. Ready? Best part about the holidays to me, my best friend comes home. She's home right now. Yesterday was her birthday. She's my only, you remember her because she's been my literally only human guest on this channel. And I want to try to make an ASMR video with her. She said, what's ASMR? And I was like, don't even Google it. Let's just make the video. And we'll see how you react to different stuff. Don't Google it. That's what I said. One time I asked her, the last time I saw her, actually, I said, do I seem autistic to you? I think that's how I phrased it. And she said, what did she say? It was like, she said, all your behavior makes sense to me. Like, I know what you're going to say before you say it. So I don't think I would even know. And she said, I don't think I know any autistic people. I said, look at me. We went to engineering school. We know gobs of autistic people. You know what? I haven't said the word gobs in a long time. I gotta bring that back. I kind of liked this hand tunnel. I'm trying to think of her name on TikTok. I think it's called Fruity Patchouli or something like that. She does like lots of like the skin noises. That's probably not an amazing way to describe them. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Should we sponge you one more time? I have the copper sponge over there. The copper sponge just isn't my fave. Oh my God, wait, hold on. I don't want to like move you and cause trouble, but I need you to see Fawcett and Coupon right now. Can you see them? I don't know what you can see. I hope I just showed you them. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry I did that. I don't want to like make you dizzy. They're heavenly. I love them. I don't really want to like talk about it with like extensive detail because I don't want to make anyone in the situation look bad. But I had to really, really, really fight to adopt Coupon. And when I look at them, I'm like, there was such a huge possibility that they weren't going to end up together. And like that's criminal. That's illegal. You know, like how could you, like the two of them, they're one pea in a pod. You know, I've said this before. I'll say it a million times. The two of them share one beige brain cell, and Coupon has never let Fawcett borrow it. And I stand by that. Anyways. When I bought this camera, it said something like 7 hours of battery life, and I've been filming for 37 minutes and it's already halfway done. And I'm like, guys, I don't think that math doesn't really add up, you know? Oh, I also did sanitary shaves while I was gone on my internet break. They're fighting on top of that bed where they were laying. Coupons. I was in the bathroom for 43 minutes. I didn't film it. It was a bloodbath. No, it wasn't. I did break the like clippers though, because I dropped them and that it just snapped. I did not get a good sanitary shave on Coupon. She just is so bloodthirsty, you know? But anyways, I was in the bathroom for 20 minutes with Fawcett. I got a really good sanitary shave on Fawcett. That's kind of par for the course at this point. The two of them, yeah, that's a good sanitary shave, you know? Someone asked me how often do I do it? And this is probably not a good answer, but I usually just wait until one of them gets something in the back of their leg hair, and then I'm like, okay, it's time. I've also found like little mats on like Coupon's like inner thigh area, you know? And then it's time. I'll shave those off. Soup, can you come here? No, she doesn't want to. Soupy. No, dang it. She's about to mess with the tripod. I can feel it. Soup, don't do that. I think I made a video about this, but this is Fawcett's favorite kind of ball because it has like little crinkles in it. And we only had one of these balls at first, and I have no idea where it came from, but it doesn't look like this because it's like discolored and like matted because it's so dirty. I call it flavored. But anyways, it took me so long to figure out what kind of ball it was. So then I bought a packet of them off of Amazon, I think. And Coupon, please get away from the tripod. Please. At first, Fawcett was like, yeah, this is good. This is my jam. Thank you for getting me more of my favorite balls. And then she would only go for the one we had originally. The one that is, she must really just love the flavor of it. I don't know. But she's always giving it to a closet or a couch crack or something. Anyways, she's lost it. It's been gone for like a week. The devastation is real. I actually feel so sad for her. Like I want to be able to find it for her. But she's probably the only one who knows where it is, and she very famously refuses to learn to speak English. So I'm like breaking out because my period's about to start, but whatever. The last time I was at my dermatologist, and he's not covered by my insurance, so I can only go once a year, and hope he answers all my questions. And I always just ask him, like, can you just write a prescription for the year right here, right now? And he's not a girl's girl, but he does do that for me. Anyways, the last time I was there, I was like, I don't have the same sort of acne that I do, but are used to, but like my face gets so red, like so flushed. not even when I'm embarrassed, like sometimes I'll just flush. And he's like, yeah, that's rosacea. And it starts happening to women your age. And I was like, what do you mean women my age? And I was like, okay, well, is my acne going to go away? Like, am I going to be plagued by this new problem, or am I going to have this very cool double problem happening? And he said, it's probably going to be the double problem. And I said, how long am I going to have hormonal acne? And he said, some women have it until menopause. And I was like, I actually love that. Thank you so much for that information. That's thrilling. I think I would have taken the news better had it been delivered by a woman. Do you know what? It's one of my favorite movies of all time, so much so that I own it. Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I love that movie. I already watched it twice, and it is, what's today? November 19th. Look at my new screensaver. My gorgeous, gorgeous little angels. What are some other good screensavers I've had recently? This one. And, ooh, this one, a faucet, was really good. She's just lounging. My Twilight books. I don't own New Moon. I feel like I've told you that a million times. I just don't want you to forget it. There was this one, faucet laying in the crook of Rocco's neck. They're so cutiepatootie.com. And then also there was this one that was pretty good. Them on the couch together. Wasp Juice merch design. Oh, them in the box. One beige brain cell. Okay, I'm going back to this one. I wish Rocco were in it. Maybe I should just like Photoshop his like floating head down there. I hope you can feel, I feel very calm this morning. And I hope you can feel that. I wish I could do Reiki, you know? Why did my mind immediately jump? I believe in Reiki and I believe in energy work and stuff, but when I said that, you know what I thought about? That show on Netflix, Escaping Twin Flames. Did anyone see that? I was stunned at how, yeah, those people were treated. But you know what? I don't know if this is sad, but at the very beginning when they were talking about the messages of like love and belonging, my first thought was I would fall for this. I would absolutely fall for this. When it became more apparent that it was a cult, I would have stepped away, I think. And first of all, I don't think I would pay for anything like that, but I don't know. Whenever people are like, I would never fall for a cult, I'm like, I might fall for a cult, you know? I was already in a sorority, you know? Anyways, you should watch it if you haven't. I'm always afraid to say it out loud because I'm always afraid that Netflix is listening to me, but I don't have my own Netflix. I just use my grandmother's. And I actually use my deceased grandfather's profile because I don't want my grandma to know that I'm using it. And you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have told the internet that. But I don't think my grandma watches my YouTube videos. I know my friend Grace does. And my friend Nancy. My friend Nancy, I love her. She is my only boomer friend. She is, right when I first started this YouTube channel, I was like, I don't want to do this, you know, I don't want to do this. Nancy was like, I think it would be really, really good for you, and I think you could make a lot of money. She's big in the resale community. That's like her community on YouTube. But she was like, I think, you know, you would have a lot of success on YouTube. So she was really encouraging me to make videos. And she was right. Nancy, you were right. Bing. 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 Rocco probably has enough on his plate. He probably doesn't need your negativity. Anyways, I feel like one more thing happened. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put these witch fingers back on. I feel like one more thing happened while I was on my internet break that I wanted to tell you about, but now I can't remember. Can I tell you something I learned about Gen Z recently? First of all, the youngest people I know are my cousins. They are 17, 14, and 13, I believe. Or maybe she's about to turn 13. I don't know. They're never impressed by anything I do. Last Thanksgiving, did I go to last Thanksgiving? I can't remember. Last time I saw the about to turn 13-year-old, she asked me how many YouTube subscribers I had. And at the time, it was like 7,000. And she said, that's all. And I was like, yeah, that's all. How many do you have? But you can't say that to someone who's technically a child. Anyways, they just got on Instagram, and they do this thing where they share photos of they share like their friends' photos on their story with no words, like no context or anything, just like, here's this picture of my friend. But I saw someone on TikTok, someone older than me explain that that's just what they do, and it's the equivalent of like a millennial commenting like, you look really beautiful in this photo. And I was so relieved because I wanted to know what they were doing so badly, but I was not about to ask my cousins and come out as so uncool like that. No. Nope. Me and my cousin, the oldest one, who's 17, we just traded, bing, we just traded books. Bing. She gave me Emily Henry's Beach Read. I'll go get it. Hold on. Okay, so anyways, this is what my cousin, the book she gave me to read. I'm pretty far. I'm like, there's only this much left. So anyways, what did I give her? Oh, I gave her paper copies of all the ACOTAR books. And I gave her 2 books from Mariana Zapata, who's one of my favorite authors of all time. I love her so much. Queen of the Slow Burn. But anyways, this is the first paper book I've read in a while. And a while ago, even further back, I bought a reading light for paper books. I need to show you this. So I've been using this. I'm obsessed. So I have been, I don't know if this is how you're supposed to do it, but I've been like clipping it on to the past few pages. And then it's bright. Hold on. And then I've been like, why am I doing this with these nails on? But look, I read it, And my light is right on the page. It's amazing. This is like QVC, but I'm weird and I don't care if you buy it, you know? But I do like the way this sounds. B, E, A, C, H, R, E, A, D. I don't know if this is like one of my all-time favorite books, but my cousin was so excited about it and I wanted to read it just because of that. Also, look at this. I've recently joined Pop Socket Culture. This is a watercolor portrait of pot roast. And then this is a book sticker. I think this says go away, I'm reading. And then this is a tarot card, the TBR, the to be read. When I got on like the TikTok, oh, this is my Kindle. Did I not say that? When I got on like the TikTok book community, I didn't understand any of the acronyms. Like I didn't understand what TBR meant. And I think I've said this before, but I will never ask. I'm never going to ask. I'm just going to hope to goodness that it's on Urban Dictionary. And so I like looked it up and it said that means to be read. And I was like, very cool. But then I did have to ask someone, I'm like, what does that refer to? Like, do you have a list in your phone? Is there some sort of app where you've made like a literal list of books you want to read? Or is it just kind of like a mental checklist? And so I asked my friend Janessa, I said, what does that mean? Because her whole account is like books. She said, it can mean whatever you want it to mean. And I'm like, that's not an answer, but thank you so much. Soup. One last scratch for you. Okay. I love you. Thank you for joining me. Kiss. It's gonna be okay. Here's my virtual hug. I'm a good hugger. Okay. I love you. Bye. See you next week. Bye.